How's it going, guys? I'm gonna do my best to try not to peak this microphone because it's new, and if I speak too loud, it's gonna sound terrible. So I'm gonna try my best. So now we're talking Phoenicia. Phoenicia. I'm here because I did an episode on the Bronze Age. And this civilization, according to the numbers, is smack dab in the Bronze Age, Phoenicia, right here. 2500 BC, all the way to 64 BC, that's interesting to me. I reckon Carthage was like the most modern form of Phoenicia. It's a long time, but I'm speculating here. Let's dig our teeth into this. So Phoenicia were an ancient Semitic group who lived in the Phoenician city-states along a coastal strip in the Levant region. In the Levant region of the Eastern Mediterranean, primarily modern Lebanon and the Syrian coast. Okay, so a little bit of background. So they're modern day Syria and Lebanon. They developed a maritime civilization which expanded and contracted throughout history, with the core of their culture stretching from Arwad in modern Syria to Mount Carmel. Interesting. So that's actually modern day Israel, isn't it? Mount Carmel. Interesting. So that was Phoenician. Huh. According to Wikipedia, which is a iffy source, but let's see who's the source for that. So that's Mayor Adri, Phoenician identity and context, material, cultural, don't know what that word is, coin in Iron Age Levant. So, okay. The Phoenicians extended their cultural influence through trade, colonization throughout the Mediterranean, from Cyprus to the Iberian Peninsula, which is Spain, evidenced by thousands of Phoenician inscriptions. Interesting. The Phoenicians directly succeeded, so came after, the Bronze Age Canaanites. I want to read that one for a second. Canaan, an ancient Semitic civilization in the southern Levant during the 2nd millennium BC. Canaan had a significant geopolitical importance in the late Bronze Age Amarna period. Interesting. So they succeeded them, continuing their cultural traditions after the decline of most Mediterranean basin cultures in the late Bronze Age collapse and into the Iron Age. So let's see if we can remember. Bronze Age is, I think, 3200 BC all the way to 1200 BC. Is that right? It's not showing. Yeah, I was almost right. 3300 to 1200. Okay. So the name, where are we? They called themselves Canaanites and referred to their lands as Canaan, Canaan, but the territory they occupied was notably smaller than that of Bronze Age Canaan. The name Phoenicia is an ancient Greek exonym that did not correspond precisely to cohesive culture or society as it would have been understood natively. Therefore, the division between Canaanites and Phoenicians around 1200 BC is regarded as modern and artificially interesting. So basically, all the way till the end of the Bronze Age, Phoenicia and Canaanites were the same thing. Interesting. That's big, though. Let's see what this references. Gates, 2011, and Quinn, 2017. That's a bit more modern. In search of... So that's Princeton. It seems like a good source. It's also kind of modern. It's less than 10 years. But it's quite the bold statement. Quite the bold statement. And anyways, therefore, so we just read that sentence. Moving on, the Phoenicians, known for their prowess in trade, seafaring, and navigation, dominated commerce across classical antiquity and developed an expansive maritime trade network lasting over a millennium. This network facilitated cultural exchanges among major cradles of civilization, such as Mesopotamia, Greece, and Egypt. Interesting. So different cradles. For example, Mesopotamia, Greece, and Egypt had trade facilitated between them, and I might click into this pic right now. Mesopotamia is out of frame. It's kind of in this area to the right. Greece is here, of course, and Egypt is right here. So their location being modern-day Israel, Lebanon, Syria, allowed them, or essentially Canaan, allowed them to do trade with those three cradles of civilization, and furthermore. Cool. The Phoenicians established colonies and trading posts across the Mediterranean. Carthage, a settlement in northwest Africa, became a major civilization in its own right in the 7th century BC. So Carthage is an outgrowth of Phoenicia. The Phoenicians were organized in city-states similar to the ancient Greeks, of which the most notable were Tyre and Sidon and Byblos. Wow. Each city-state was politically independent, and there's no evidence the Phoenicians viewed themselves as a single nationality. So it really is similar to ancient Greece. Sparta, Syracuse, Athens, Thebes, different city-states. They do have a cohesive culture and maybe buy into the same mythology, but each one would think they're distinct. Interesting. While most city-states were governed by some sort of kingship, merchant families probably exercised influence through oligarchies. Quick reminder. So an oligarchy is a form of government in which power rests with a small number of people. Small group, not big, not democracy. Interesting. After reaching its zenith in the 9th century BC, the Phoenician civilization in the eastern Mediterranean gradually declined due to external influences and conquests such as the Neo-Assyrian Empire and the Achaemenid Empire. Interesting. So this happens at the end of no, this is already the Iron Age, right? Because we said that the Bronze Age ends 1200 BC. So in the 9th century BC, it's not the Bronze Age; it must be the Iron Age. We have a waning of the Eastern Phoenicians, and they're conquered by Neo-Assyrian Empire and Achaemenid. Seems like this comes first and then this. Let me know in the comments. So first Neo-Assyrians and then Achaemenids. Yet their presence persisted in the central, southern, and western Mediterranean until the destruction of Carthage. So this is already part of Roman history, part of what's called the Punic Wars in the mid-2nd century. Fascinating. The Phoenicians were long considered a lost civilization, due to the lack of indigenous and written records. Phoenician inscriptions were first discovered by modern scholars in the 17th and 18th century. Only since the mid-20th century have historians and archaeologists been able to reveal a complex and influential civilization. Their best-known legacy is the world's oldest verified alphabet, whose origin was connected to Proto-Sinaitic script, and which was transmitted across the Mediterranean and used to develop the Syriac script, Arabic script, and Greek alphabet, and in turn, the Latin and Cyrillic alphabets. The Phoenicians are also credited with innovations in shipbuilding, navigation, industry, agriculture, and government. Their international trade network is believed to have fostered economic, political, and cultural foundations of classical Western civilization. Interesting. I am curious about their religion, and maybe in this last moment we'll jump into that. Ooh, you know what? It says main article is Canaanite religion, so I guess that's a good place to continue. We'll go from there. Hope you guys enjoyed.